Good morning and welcome to today's presentation on the Acumatica toolkit with regards to the extended functionality that it has. My name is Will Jackman and I am an Acumatica account executive here at Bakerfield Solutions. This is our fourth and final week of our series aiming to demonstrate best practices of an e-commerce business from end to end. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy morning to attend today. We'll be trying to cover a lot of ground in a relatively short time frame. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to type those into the Q&A, and I will try to respond to those as we go. But if I am unable to do so, please look for an email as I will follow up with you after today's presentation. And with that, let's begin. To recap last week, we talked about the importance of an integrated web store and some of the benefits that it gives you, such as improving the customer experience, giving your business greater controls and insights, delivering a variety of shipping options for your business, as well as different payment options. We took a look at some of the functionality between Acumatica and the native connector to BigCommerce, such as that most of the actual information on BigCommerce is actually stored in the ERP, and that this data can be synced in real time, pushing and pulling between the two systems. And finally, we took a look at a case study of Firewire Surfboards, how they were able to grow their business by implementing Acumatica with a native commerce connector to BigCommerce, and that has helped further their business and drive results. On the agenda for today, we're going to take a look at some of the extended functionality that exists in the Acumatica toolkit, specifically in regards to warehouse management system, as well as electronic data interchange. And then we will ultimately take a look at some of the most popular independent software vendors in the Acumatica community, with over 300 different partners in that community as of now. Warehouse management in general attempts to organize and control all elements of a warehouse to ensure that it is running as efficiently as possible. It is essential that your e-commerce solution would have warehouse management capabilities, as sales orders will be coming in and you want to get those orders out as quickly as possible to your valued customers. Acumatica offers functionality with warehouse management, including pick, pack, and shipping needs with barcode scanning, as well as that scanning can be used for inventory and warehouse transactions. It is 100% integrated to Acumatica, and that data can be synced in real time between the web store and the ERP. There's also additional functionality with regards to lot and serial number scanning, flexible workflows, auto packaging, and shipping labels. The WMS from Acumatica allows you to streamline operations for your business, which can automate processes, reduce errors, and increase productivity for your business. We're now going to take a look at specifically how wave picking is done with Acumatica. Just as a refresher, we must first log into our Acumatica instance. We must go to a standard web browser and have an internet connection, as Acumatica is born in the cloud. And so you have access from anywhere at any time on any device. So once I have signed into my instance of Acumatica, I'm going to progress over to sales orders and click on the create and print pick list option that arises. And I have to specify actually that I want to pick via wave picking, as batch picking is also an option with Acumatica. And then you'll see there's a variety of filters that exist as well. Specifically, what warehouse do I want to pull the inventory from? Many Acumatica customers have several warehouses. And of course, some Acumatica customers have just one, which makes it easier. You can also filter by the different customers that you have and the different carriers. And you can also filter with any of the different shipping integrations that you have as well. One of the really cool things that you can do is you can actually filter by specific inventory items. So let's say that you are running a promotion on certain Father's Day items for your business, and they're extremely popular this week. you're able to filter by those items to help get them out the door as quickly as possible so that they can arrive in time for the holiday weekend. You can also set a max quantity of line items for your individual pickers to have so they're operating as efficiently as possible. And another large component of this is that you can actually input how many pickers you have for the actual pick list itself. And Acumatica will break that up accordingly based off of that number. So now we're going to go ahead and process some of these shipments so that we can generate a pick list. And now, as you can see, my pick list has been created. And on the right side of the screen, you can actually see what a mobile barcode scanner would look like with Acumatica. And the first thing that we would like to do is actually go ahead and scan this pick list and the cart itself that the items are going to be placed into. The items on the pick list themselves are configured in a way to be as efficient as possible for your employees, so that there's not any wasted movement steps. So for example, if we're picking multiple orders at a time, and we know that different customers have ordered Acer laptops, we will go ahead and pick both of those Acer laptops at the same time and place each one of those in their respective totes so that I don't have to come back as the picker and do that again and waste time and movement. So then at that point, we're able to continue to pick the items in chronological order on the list and place those items in their respective totes. And since we have gone ahead and picked those items and placed them in respective totes, the packing process is virtually complete. All we need to do now is scan for shipping, and then we can go ahead and send out invoices to our respective customers. The typical order management process of old involved a lot of different people and a lot of different paper. Generally, a buyer would have to create a purchase order that would be mailed or faxed to the supplier, who then in turn would have to implement that into their internal system and send an invoice back out to the buyer, who in turn would process that for their own internal system. So there's a lot of manual work and a lot of time that goes along with that, which brings into the very real possibility of human error. EDI completely replaces mail, email, or fax, as it is computer to computer in nature. It allows your business to be way more productive and without increasing any of the staff, as it can automate a variety of different documents, including purchase orders, invoices, and automatic shipping notifications. I would just like to really briefly touch on the value of being able to do automatic shipping notifications to customers. Customers are most excited about a product immediately after purchasing. So being able to allow them to track in real time their orders is a great way to help facilitate brand loyalty and improve the customer experience. So now we're going to transition into the different independent software vendors that are highlighted today. Shopify has over 1 million businesses that they run on their platform, which generates in turn billions of economic activity every year. And much in the way that BigCommerce has a native connection to Acumatica, so does Shopify. So data is able to be data such as sales orders, purchase orders, customer information, all of that and so much more are able to be synced in real time from the ERP and the web store itself. And then one final thing I'd like to point out is that with the native functionality with Acumatica, the checkout process can be accelerated as entirely customizable. So you can have a variety of payment options and shipping options, both of which are very key in the decision-making process now of buyers. So being able to offer that functionality is something that's critical. Avalara is the worldwide tax automation leader. It operates in over 100 different countries and remitted $8.5 billion in taxes in 2019. They're actually able to supply rates based off geolocation and product classification. All of this tax information is prepared in the cloud. They're able to easily prepare and file returns to your separate tax jurisdictions. And Acumatica users who have e-commerce platforms love to be able to use this technology of Avalara because it allows, if a customer is ordering from numerous states because you have an e-commerce web store, Avalara is able to easily get all of the Nexus tax information and do that automation for you, which really makes the process way simpler. Another one of the leading integrations that we see is Docusign with Acumatica. You're able to take advantage of preparing, managing, and sending documents, and you're actually able to do all of this in Acumatica e-commerce module itself. And then these documents can be sent out and track the status of these documents to see what stage they are in their journey. Of course, Office 365 is one of the most popular ones as well. More than 1 million businesses in the US utilize it every day. A really cool software that is designed specifically for Acumatica is Velixo, and it's a great reporting tool. It was designed by employees of Acumatica who built it in the Acumatica from the ground up. It's an acknowledgement that so many businesses over the past decades have utilized Excel for all of their reporting-based needs. So this product is also built in Excel, and it utilizes a lightning-fast plugin that is able to leverage the capabilities of an ERP. And so there's over 60 different functions that it currently possesses with regards to general ledger, project data, and generic inquiries, amongst others. And I'd like to point out it's just extremely configurable. There are companies that are going ahead and implementing some KPIs, charts, and graphs into their spreadsheets. And now we're actually going to take a look at Acumatica and Velixo together. So all we need to do is open up Excel. Once we've opened up Excel, you can see that it looks and feels exactly as you would expect Excel to. But I would like to point out the one key difference here is that with the plugin next to the help sign, you can actually see there is an Acumatica tab. Unequivocally, one of the most important features in Velixo is that its drill down capabilities that it has to be able to see where this data is actually coming from. And so I can actually go ahead and right click on this to drill down and I'll get into the ERP. You can also go ahead and drill down directly from the Acumatica tab, and it's over on the left side of the screen. So I'm going to drill down here. And once I've done that, you can actually see that a new sheet has popped up in Excel, and it has all of this different information of where that specific info is coming from for that one specific Excel sheet. And so I can go ahead here now and I can see all the different ledgers that it comes from, the accounts, sub-accounts, the period, maybe the specific branches if you have multiple branches throughout the US or the world, and ultimately, of course, the ending balance for each of these transactions. I'm going to go ahead now. It's a good idea, of course, to refresh, as you can see in the top left corner, before you drill down, just to make sure everything is up to date. I'm going to go ahead now and click on the View Transactions tab so I can drill down even further. And once I have drilled down even further, I'm actually redirected to the ERP itself. So I may be asked to sign into my Acumatica account. Of course, I would do so. And I can see again where all of these different information has come from, which is just giving us great management capabilities to help us make informed decisions. One final ISV that I'll talk about is ShipEngine, which is the leader in shipping API. ShipEngine is different from leading shipping carrier integrations such as FedEx and UPS because it is a multi-carrier shipping logistics company. They work with more than 30 different global carriers around the globe, and they're actually able to shop rates between these carriers to ensure that you are receiving the lowest possible price with the most convenience of getting that package to the doorsteps of your business partners. They're able to validate addresses around the world to prevent any unnecessary returns, and they can print shipping labels and track packages, which is great for customers again as they can see where their orders are in real time. To summarize today's webinar, we took a look at some of the extended functionality with Acumatica. We looked at the warehouse management capabilities and how that would be able to streamline operations for your business to help automate processes, reduce errors, and increase productivity. We took a look at the EDI functionality and how that automation can help create more time in a day of employees to focus on more important tasks of their job. And then we finally looked at some of the most popular independent software vendors in the Acumatica community, everything from Shopify to Avalara to Ship Engine and Velixo. To review this series as a whole, we started out in week 1 looking at some of the most prevalent trends in e-commerce today. We then progressed to some of the key similarities and differences in B2B versus B2C. We took a look at what an actual integrated web store looks like with Acumatica and the native connection to BigCommerce. And in this final week, we took a look at some of the extended functionality that exists with Acumatica. Thank you so much for your time for not only today, but for this entire series. I hope you were able to gather the importance of the Bakersfield Solutions leadership team and how that is important for your business. And I hope that you were able to at least be conveyed that Acumatica is a valuable asset and a strong consideration for an ERP solution. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is on screen. And if you would like to request a demo, again, of course, please feel free to reach out. Thank you again, everybody, for your time, and have a nice rest of your day.